State of Michigan versus Marlon Wright. It's filed 23-6725FH. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, County Prosecutor.
Patrick Fragel on behalf of the defendant.
All right, and Mr. Fragel, today is the time and date set for sentencing on an operating while intoxicated third offense, habitual third, and a driving on suspended license. Have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report and recommendation with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Okay, and also for contempt sentencing for his failing to appear at the sentencing and consuming alcohol. And the advisory guidelines range are 10 to 34 months. Any scoring challenge?
Those scoring challenges.
Any additions or corrections to the factual information in the report?
Yes, on the cover page of the report, CFJ 145 is on page 1, Your Honor. Jail credit should be 36 days to account for his arrest on January 22nd to today.
Okay. And that's the 36 days from January 22nd till today, right? And then, because I had looked at that too, and I thought maybe it should be 38, 36 for that, and then the 2 days original.
Yes, in addition to the 2 days.
Gotcha. So a total of 38 days credit. All right. Agent Young, can we make that change?
Yes.
Ms. Goodrich, any additions, corrections, or scoring challenges?
No other than that stated. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Fragel, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I reviewed this with Mr. Wright several times and talked about the facts of the case, which involve him driving an unlicensed, unregistered vehicle in a rather private neighborhood. He had just purchased it, and his blood alcohol was a 0.17. He was cooperative with the police. There were no accidents and no injuries to himself or others. The public was put at safety, but not in an extreme danger as we often see in these situations. He understands alcohol is at the root of his almost every arrest that we see in his package. He also disclosed to me he has an advanced stage of arthritis. It started when he was in 1991, and it seemed to have spread throughout his body at this point, which really immobilizes him from moving around very well. At his age, I think 2 years, given the facts of the case, may be a little on the heavy side. I think we can get compliance with him with a shorter prison sentence and allow him to return to the community and get the medical attention that he needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fragel. Mr. Wright, is there anything you wish to say or no?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd just like to say that I bought the vehicle to either make a deal with my friend down the road because his truck was the vehicle didn't even have a rear drive shaft on it. I had it ordered for it. I was going to put it on and either sell it or make my friend a deal on it. He only lives like a football field from where I was at. I drove it down, filled my water jugs up for my camper, and I drove it back to the property. And when I pulled in, I noticed in my rear view mirror, there's the county cops behind me. Well, I didn't know it, but my neighbors had called and reported it, which is fine. I was running a generator for my camper, and they didn't like the noise the generator made, but I didn't have any electricity for my camper. So, yeah, that's about all I got to say about it. I'm guilty, and yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations for the people?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The defendant is 61 years old. He does have a significant criminal history involving 5 prior felonies and 23 prior misdemeanors. The positive is he does accept responsibility as he has today. He did in his interview with the PSI. The negatives is he did admit to drinking since 15 years old. His criminal history all involves alcohol. This is his 6th drunk driving. The current offense involved a 0.175 blood alcohol level. He's been in jail 11 times prior. He's tried probation 7 times. He's been to prison twice and then failed to appear for sentencing in this case. I think at this point he's top of the guidelines and any time moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, if you please stand for the first time. We thought, Mr. Wright, as to the contempt of court. that you previously admitted for failing to appear for your sentencing and consuming alcohol. I'll order that you serve 30 days in jail and give you credit for 30 days served. That's on the contempt. And then we're here for sentencing on the suspended license and the operating while intoxicated. For the driving on a suspended license, I'll order that you serve 38 days jail with credit for 38 days served. There are some fines and costs in this case. State costs of $118, crime victims assessment of $130, court costs of $350, and a fine on the drunk driving charge of $500. And as to the incarceration component for that, you've got drunk driving cases. This is your 6th time being sentenced for a drunk driving offense. And you've got a criminal history that includes drug crimes, drunk driving crimes, property crimes, and assaulted crimes. From 1979 through 2023, almost without interruption, aside from the times that you were in jail or prison. So, Mr. Wright, it's fair to say that you are both a lifelong criminal and a serial drunk driver. And then, when you were supposed to appear for sentencing on this case, you chose not to come to court, and you absconded from your bond on a drunk driving case and got drunk. Those are really extremely bad decisions. And then today you come in and want to minimize your behavior. Like you don't think this was a big deal. It's a big deal.
Right.
The first time you were sentenced by a judge for drunk driving, you should have understood that drunk driving is a big deal. You didn't. The second time you didn't get it. The third time you didn't get it. The fourth time you didn't get it. The fifth time you didn't get it. And today, after skipping out on your sentencing and drinking, you're telling me it's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal. People die from drunk driving. They get maimed from drunk driving. I've never had to be at the scene or knocked on a door of a parent, but the officers have. They've had to do those things. And you just are pretty nonchalant about it, even not even showing up for court for your sentencing.
My sister.
Those are all facts, Mr. Wright, that are not taken into account in the advisory guidelines. I believe it does call for an upward departure when somebody with 6 or with 5 prior drunk driving convictions doesn't show up for sentencing and gets drunk. And not just those, as I've outlined, career criminal, lifetime. For that reason, I think that a proportionate sentence is an upward departure, and I'm going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 5 years, nor more than 10 years, exercising my discretion under the habitual offender third offense to double the statutory max. Get credit for 38 days served. If you want to appeal, you can do so by filing an application. If you want us to appoint a lawyer, I will. You have to ask me within 42 days. Good luck to you, Mr.
Your Honor, we also were up for a vehicle forfeiture. We will provide an order to the court for that. I've spoken to Mr. Craig, there's no objection.
Okay, the vehicle will be ordered for it.